Hello, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button, and I'm here with Junk Journal July day 23 tipping. We are definitely on the home stretch now, aren't we? I'm not going to flip through because I don't have a lot of time. And this is another really simple one. I think because we're getting into the weeds of it. And this is what happens with all of these challenges. You sort of like not lose your excitement about it. I think energy. I think it's because I've got other things going on and I'm looking forward to doing the other things, and I always get a bit like that. It might just be me. But I'm determined to see it through because I see things through. I said I wasn't going to flip through. I'm not going to. Ah. Well, not really. Here we are, tipping. Now we've got another napkin. Now I know that that's quite napkin heavy. It's a very fun page. Or two, actually. But I thought for this one I needed a background because the theme is tipping, and actually so the background, I wanted to do something and I didn't want to paint it. I wanted to put a background in, so I'm just going to put a simple napkin background, which is a lovely napkin that I bought on a trip up north. I'm just going to take this little white edge off. I've noticed I got it from a trip up north to see family, and that we went to there's a massive antiques mall that's got like 3 warehouses and thousands of stalls called Bygone Times, and that's where I got that from. And it in the packet it said like 1990s on it, so they were like 30-year-old napkins, new obviously, but fresh, never been used. So we have that, and then I've got one tea packet left over from a couple of years ago for my wedding anniversary. My husband got me some Wade. Was it Wade? No, it was Spode. I collect old teacups, and I have a Spode, a little bit of a burgeoning Spode collection. And he got me one that's in the Fortnum & Mason Eau de Nil kind of colours. That's a special edition, they only make it for Fortnum & Mason. And he bought me some tea bags to go with it. It's kind of, I think it must have been porcelain. Okay, sorry, it's been a long day. So yeah, so it was kind of part of my anniversary gift. And they've been in lots of different journals, and I even think I used it in last year's Junk Journal July. So I'm going to use it for the tip-in. So I've sort of stuffed it with, there's the original tea cards, which I thought was appropriate because it's a tea thing. Those images from a gardening magazine, a bit of Graphics Fairy, a bit of that coronation invitation, and I've got 2 book images sort of all to hold together, really, just to sort of stuff the pocket, because that's what it is, this tip-in, it's a pocket. I think most tip-ins end up being pockets, and I think, you know, if this was at the beginning of the challenge, I probably would have done something really fancy, but that's what I'm saying about like challenge fatigue. And this is probably why I could only do Junk Journal July and not Junk Journal January, because it is so like it's about 8 o'clock tonight, so it's still light outside. I've put the ring light on, but it's still right, and it's still light, and I have a little bit of energy, but I'm flagging. I'm an old lady, I flag easily. So, but I still want to do a journal that I will feel proud of. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use this glue. We're going to use some book page, like snippet, to make the tip-in. Fat. And then we put the napkin over the seam, as it were. Now this should hold. Let's find those scissors. I don't want to actually snip the thing. So. So how is everybody? How's your Monday been? I have a confession to make. It's not Monday, it's actually Sunday, and this is my third video. Because I'd like a day off tomorrow from making films. And that's because I'm not. It's not because I'm not enjoying it, because I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I just know that Mondays are particularly a heavy day, and I would like to sit down with Miles and watch a film. Actually, we're going to watch the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Is it the Hunger Games one? We'll not watch all of it probably. We'll just, because we're old and we'll fall asleep. We'll watch a bit of it, and then we'll watch the next bit the night after. Yeah, because we're that rock and roll. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to have that there. And we're going to do this here. Do I want to do it over the thing? I might want to. And then I can snip that stuff back. So I've had a nice weekend really. We went to that Maker's Market yesterday. I just had a day at home where I made 3 videos, done 2 loads of washing, same usual, cooked a chicken dinner. So, do you think that's going to work? I think it will. It'll just have a background, and we might play with the colours. We might do that, we might not. We might just leave it. Okay, so let's stick this in. That is the charging cable for the phone, but this phone has got plenty of charge on it. So how do you manage with challenges? Do you, because like I think it's 'cause it's all month, and I think it's also because of the videos. I think I probably wouldn't be flagging as much if I was just doing this by myself. Although no, actually I probably would be. What I would be doing now is not doing anything for a few days, and then having a day where I do like 2 or 3 pages so that I fill the book up. That's it. That is how I did it last year. So I would sort of get to Wednesday and think, oh, I'm just going to have a bit of a lie-in because I did it before work. And then I would like make it up in the evenings and stuff. But all of this is a learning curve for me. And I don't want to like run out of steam. I was talking to Miles about it when we were having dinner, and I was sort of saying, I'm going to go make a video now so I can have a break tomorrow. Because I don't want to get burnt out while I start. I feel very determined, and I feel very encouraged by the response that like I've had from people. Lovely messages and comments, and you know, people actually watching it, because I don't know how YouTube channels grow, or you know what the thing is. And so like and I don't really, you know, I've said before, I've sort of looked at the algorithm stuff, but I don't know what it means. I I don't know what the difference between actual hours and watch hours, and it's not really that important, so I'm not, yeah. I'm sort of imagining at least just one person on the other end of this, and it's like a one-sided conversation, which is okay, because I like watching videos where it's like somebody talking to me. But it is energy consuming having like a one-sided conversation whilst you're being creative. I am not complaining. I am thoroughly enjoying it. I'm just sort of saying where I'm at with my month, really, I think. Oh yeah, that's better, doing that. And then I'll cut that bit. But that's why we have supplies like this, and this is why I would encourage you to build up a little napkin arsenal. So if you're in the UK, supermarkets now have decent napkins seasonally. Or you can do like garden centres. They're a bit more expensive at garden centres. Or like this one. This is from an antiques place. And they were classed as vintage, which kind of was a little bit sobering, considering I was a teenager in the 90s. But there you go. I was in my later teens, but I was definitely a teenager. For the early bit anyway. I was thinking, well, I went to university and then dropped out, and then I went back to university. And how old was I when I started? I think I was 21 and a half. I was about to turn 22. Yeah, I would have turned 22 in the December, from like the end of September, beginning of October, when term starts. I am 50 this year, which is a scary prospect. I'm just going to dry this off quickly. It's not as hot today, although it is. I've shut the window and I can feel the heat building up. But that's alright. The matte medium gel doesn't take long to dry. Actually, because this is coming to an end, it's like there's a little tiny bit left. Well, it's not. It's less than a quarter left. And my PVA jar, which is in the other room, has got a similar amount in. So I ordered. I went online and looked at glue, and I ordered some. Oh, I'll put that pin. I put it in the water, and I shouldn't have done with it. I ordered some. Well, I went to order this, and I thought, oh, that's a lot of money. Which is okay, because I have a budget. I do have a budget for how much I can spend on craft supplies and stuff. But I always want to buy fun things with it, not glue. So I looked around and I found some PVA, like a massive sort of gallon tub of it, for the same price as this, basically. So I don't know whether I'm going to replace that now. I probably will, because it's handy for videos. And then when I'm not using a video, I'll just use PVA. Because if you don't layer it on, it's still quite matte. It only gets shiny, really. I'm going to leave that loose, and then if I want it tomorrow, which is ephemeral, so I have an idea for tomorrow, which will be Tuesday. And that'll be okay, because I wouldn't have, I think it's like Mondays I get a little bit anxious about, because I'm out at the office all day, which is lovely, and I love being with my colleagues, but it does sort of like, is chatting all day. And even though my job involves quite a lot of chatting with people, well, actually, it involves quite a lot of listening and asking pertinent questions. But the office days are lovely, but I just feel like I've been hit by an emotional truck by the end of it. And I've said to my colleagues that as well, and they're like, "Yeah, that's how I feel." I think it's because we're that sort of blend, because I'm a blend of like extrovert and introvert. And you sort of use that energy up by like 3 o'clock in the afternoon generally. We've all used it up. But it's alright because we all sort of understand one another. So there we go, that's kind of tipped in. It's very nearly done, another really quick one. But hopefully nice, but we're going to go in with some of the pens and layer it up. Or I might just do a nice border actually, because this is quite a nice, this is the first time I've used this napkin, and it's quite a nice deep coloured, it's got texture to it, it's even got like crackling. Remember when, like, that was definitely in the 90s. I know it's been in with all the shabby chic and the, well no, cottagecore. You know, where you get paint and you paint furniture and you make it look crackly. I've never, actually no, tell a lie, I have done it, but it was in the 90s. I got some crackle. Am I cutting 2 pages there? I am. Hi. See? Because I'm tired. That's alright. We're not worrying. It's only paper. What was I saying? Yeah, I painted in the 90s. Like, painting on furniture was massive. And I painted some shelves and I tried to do the crackle thing and it didn't work. Yeah. I can't remember. There was a technique you did before all these fancy things came out. You did something, I can't remember what it was. I was a teenager. I was going to put that bee on, but I think that's too much. And I was going to build up all of these, like I was going to build up loads of roses and then put the bee on. And I thought, no, because it's like too involved, even though this is quite a busy picture. I felt like it was too involved for that. Whereas that kind of, I feel like that sits nicely now. I'm just a bit like that, it's so plasticky, really, considering it's like a £10 box of tea bags. I'd expect nice waxed paper, but no, it's a bit of plasticky paper. A very nice tea though. In fact, it was probably the best tea I've had in a long time. So it was Moroccan mint, little silky bags, and they were nice to have. So, I might put some gold spray on. That's what it needs. It needs a bit of zhuzh behind. Not that one. That's a like rusticy colour. I can't believe. So I'm at like the bottom little bit of this. And this is not the Tim Holtz spray, this is like my homemade. To cover all these other bits and pieces up. I'll just drop the lid. Yeah, that works. Let's dry that off. White pen, that's what it needs. was thinking then about paint effects, and I remember we moved into this house, so my dad died, and basically my mum decided she wanted to move house, so we moved house, which is completely understandable. And it wasn't immediate, it was like a couple of years after. So we moved house, and we had to sort of decorate it and stuff when we got this house, and there wasn't a lot of money, and there wasn't a lot of money for carpets. So I painted the floor in the bedroom that I had with, and this is before all of this like DIY and YouTube stuff. This is when my mum always used to say necessity is the mother of all invention. So I went to the DIY shop, and it was like a proper little ironmonger type, independent DIY shop. And I bought a tin of white paint and a tin of like chocolate brown paint. And I did this sort of, I put like the brown in one side and the white in the other, and then I got a stick and I just sort of went like that. And then I dipped the brush in and just painted the floor, and it ended up looking like a whitewashed wooden floor. And I think it didn't even cost £10 to do the whole floor, which was in the 90s, so like even £10 was considerable. And it looked really good. And that's when I realised about the power of paint. I mean, so there was me, and then there was a friend, and we almost single-handedly painted every room in that house. My brother had moved out at that point, and we painted the lounge. I remember the lounge needed about 5 coats of paint because somebody smoked. And again, there wasn't all these like solutions and primers and things that you can buy now. You just go back to B&Q, wouldn't you, and buy something that would block it in like a stain blocker. I think we got some, because it was matte paint we were using, I think we got some silk paint from somewhere, me and my friend, and then we put that on, and then that sorted it out. That kind of blocked it. That's lifted those darky bits. Put some stars and marks. I like the stars. At first I thought, does that not look too Christmassy? But it kind of doesn't. It just looks like sparkles. Well, that's what I think. It's my journal. It's my journal. Oh, I'm singing. I must be tired. I was thinking of joining a choir. There's a choir in the town I live in, and I'm thinking about it. Because I quite like singing. I think this looks very different from the other pages. It's different techniques, that's why, probably. Well, there we go. I think we've tipped it in. Would you say that? I would say that. We've tipped it in. How are you doing in the challenge? Are you doing it? Are you just watching it? Because I remember watching this challenge for a long time before I actually did it. I think I might have a couple of times. And I've tried the January one, and I think it is literally just about the time of year. Because the prompts are just as lovely, the idea is just as lovely. It's just about the time of year. So I've got a little bit of an idea of that one. And I like that very much. There we go. Another quick one. Still quite a nice one. I think when I flip through this in 6 months' time, I won't think, oh, that only took 2 minutes. I will think, oh, that's nice. And there's bits to pull out and look at. I'll remember those tea bags and that anniversary, which was a nice anniversary. So yeah, that's good. So there we go. Junk Journal July. Tipping. Done for the win. Put that in the right place. I'll sort it out tomorrow. I'm going to go and have a bath and get ready for bed because I'm an old lady. I hope you enjoyed it. A quick one, a simple one. Pages don't have to be complicated. They can just keep being really simple and you can still enjoy it and it still be like something worthwhile, because I think the time and the effort and the creativity, it's always worthwhile. So with that little nugget of wisdom, I shall take myself to bed. So if you liked it, give us a thumbs up, do the bell thing after you've subscribed, share this video, and please tell me where you're up to with Junk Journal July 2024. Are you doing it? Are you doing it every day? Are you doing it? Are you batching it? Lots of people do it lots of different ways, and I've just been doing this sequentially thing. I think I might try it differently next time. I don't know. Depends what other things I've got on the go, because normally I'm just thinking about this, but because I've been thinking about other things and planning ahead, that's where, oh, you sort of get in danger of losing sight of where you're currently at. And I don't want to do that, because this is where it is. Alright then, I'm going to take my philosophical self off to bed. See, I can't word. Bye bye. Thank you very much. I love spending time with you. Bye bye.